What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. I am here to talk about the Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 1. And the name of the episode is called MIA Back in Action. Okay? Now, this is going to be my first time, not really my first time reviewing the show. I I watched the show in Season 5, but I watched it and we talked about it, but I didn't really did I wouldn't say that I reviewed it. We talked about it, right? So this is going to be my first time reviewing the Real Housewives of Miami. Um, I don't know. For me personally, I like to watch everything from the beginning so I can know what's going on because I really got to get down to what's going on with Adriana and Alexia. Because when I tell you that Adriana is like kicking Alexia back in, when I tell you she is like, what do you consider it? When when you down on your luck and the person is just digging it in, I'm that listen. But not and as nasty as Alexia is, I believe that I believe that Alexia deserves it. Okay? But I feel like this is gonna be a long review because this is the first episode and I don't really know the relationships like that. I did watch season 5, but not all of season 5. I think I started off with like episode 6 or 7 in season 5 and I ended up watching it to the reunion. And I did not watch season 6 at all. Okay. So the episode started off with Alexia. There's an announcement going around that Alexia's husband Todd filed for divorce from her after 2 years of marriage. Okay, so we see Alexia. I can't tell you whose house she's at. I can't tell you who house she's at. She probably is at Marysol house. I don't really know. I don't even know the house is like that yet so far. But she's crying with Julia and Marysol. And for some reason, I feel like Alexia is lying. I do. I know that's crazy to think because I'm only because of what she's saying and how she behaves the rest of the episode. Okay. She said that Todd got keys to an apartment a month before, and that he was taking everything out little by little. And she said that he moved him and his daughter out. She said that he took everything and even took the shampoo from the restroom.
In some
Wow.
ways,
I'm trying to understand, how did she not notice it? Right? Because for me personally, I can tell when anything has been moved in my house and just something just be missing completely. I would know if something was being moved out of the house completely. And you mean to tell me that he moved all his stuff out? He moved all of his stuff out the house and you didn't notice it? That's probably is the reason why he left you. Because you ain't paying attention to anything. Alexia give me the type of person who's just really caught up into what she got going on. She's not really worried about nobody else. But something that Alexia was doing to me that I found crazy and cringy is that she kept on trying to throw Frankie in it. You know what I'm saying? She kept on trying to fight with Frankie and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I knew she wasn't really over him by the way that she was trying to fight with Frankie. When people be trying to fight with their kids, you know what I'm saying? There's always some bullshit coming up after it. Kenya Moore, I love Kenya Moore, but she does it the most. When anytime she get caught up in something, it's always something with Brooklyn, right? It's always something with Brooklyn. So here she is talking about he did this in front of Frankie. He moved his stuff out in front of Frankie. Girl, what that got to do with anything? Why are we talking about what he did in front of Frankie? Like, I get that something is wrong with Frankie or whatever, but
I'm sorry. But don't think I'm not, because I'm not crying and doing all that. Don't think I'm not.
But, what does this mean? What are you saying? He's not supposed to break up with you, or he's not supposed to leave because you got Frankie at the house? That doesn't make any sense.
Shut up! That is so stupid.
I would be more upset that he was moving stuff out little by little. Because if you was moving stuff out little by little and you planned and you got the keys a month before, that means that there was a thought that went into it, and it still didn't stop you from leaving.
Are you okay?
That means that you actually meant to leave me. And I don't know if I know I wouldn't be able to get past that, okay? Julia asked her, was Todd good with her sons, with Frankie and her other son? And she said that he wasn't good to her sons.
Come again?
And she said that she felt like she let her sons down.
You're a horrible mother.
There was a clip that they ended up showing of Todd talking to Frankie, Alexia, and her other son about them not really helping Frankie or doing things that's positive in front of Frankie. And it kind of led me to believe that he doesn't approve of the way that she's raising her sons.
There's a distinction between providing for the child and raising a child.
And that's probably another reason why he had to get his daughter and get up out of there. Now, I did not know that this was Alexia's third divorce.
Oh, what?
This is her third divorce, okay? So they also show a clip of Larsa and Lisa is telling Larsa, well, that means Adriana was right, okay? And then we see Adriana and Kiki, and Adriana is saying, I was right, but this is the one time I wish I was wrong. And this is what I'm having a problem with. This is what I don't like, because I want to know if she was right about what. What was she right about? Y'all let me know in the comments. What was she right about? I got to know, okay? So 2 days later, they had her talking on the phone with Teresa, girl, whatever, okay? But again, I just don't know what Alexia did to Adriana, because I did watch some of season 5, and some of season 5 that I seen Adriana come for Frankie.
Like it got really.
I seen Adriana come for Frankie over there in season 5, and now Adriana's just keeping her foot on Alexia's neck.
I ain't stopping it. Work, girls, work.
Alexia was crying, and she said that she wished she can take it all back and live happily ever after with Todd, and she broke down. And all of the girls started hugging on Alexia, and they got out of their seat and was going towards her. And Adriana was sitting there, and she was sipping some wine, and she said, a lot of things make sense now.
I do. Fuck you. Come on.
I said, girl, you know, like, I just couldn't imagine, like, in that moment, somebody saying something like that, and I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here crying, and she just still sitting here. Why was she even invited? Because this seems like something that happened before the season even started. It seemed like this was a meeting that the girls had together, and this happened before the season even started. Alexia did something to Adriana for the Adriana to be coming at her like that, because Adriana don't even give me she that type of girl. Adriana, to me, Adriana gives me that she is at her wit's end with Alexia. And Alexia is a nasty girl. I could see it in her. You know, I love me a mean girl, but you know, I could see it in her, okay? Next, we got Marysol and Alexia. They meet up. They first talk about Lenny calling off his engagement from his fiance for the second time. Now, I don't know if this is really the second time on the show, because I did look it up in real time. So in any event, he did call off his engagement with his girlfriend. In real life, he called it off for the second time. So I don't really know what's going on the show. Then Marysol ended up asking Alexia about her being caught in Japan with Todd. And it looked like Alexia looked pissed. Alexia looked pissed that Marysol had asked her that, and asked her that on camera, okay? Alexia said that she's not embarrassed, that she loves Todd. She said that she's in love with him. And I feel like at least Alexia is being honest, okay? Because we got a whole bunch of girls out here this week over their nigga or whatever, and they're going to lie about it. You know what I'm saying? But at least she's being honest. She said that she feels like that they aren't through.
Sheree, do you hear this lie?
And that she was talking about it, Lisa ended up showing up. And then they talked about Lenny with Lisa. And Lisa said that, you know, Lenny wanted to get back with her. And that, you know, she said that she loves Jody, but, you know, she got 2 kids to worry about. And then she started laughing, and she was saying that she was joking. But I don't believe that she was joking. I believe that she was dead ass. I believe she was dead ass. Season 5 is the season that I saw, and how she was over there acting behind Lenny. Put her out saying he didn't want to be with her no more, had another girlfriend and stuff like that. And then he was sending her grocery list to go and get the groceries and stuff, and she'll go get the groceries. You know, now that's where I left. Now, I don't know a lot about by the time we got to the reunion, she started dating Jody. Now, I don't know if she was acting like that with Lenny because of the money that Lenny made. And I don't know if, you know, Jody seems to be doing well. We're going to get to that, in a little bit. But I don't know if she was acting like that with Lenny because she still loved him. I gotta see more. But if you asking me from my lens, from what I saw, Lisa and the way that she was behaving in season 5, I believe that Lisa is dead ass when she say that she will get back with him if Lenny wants to get back with her. I believe she was dead ass. Now, before they found out she was joking, what took me out was Alexia trying to tell Lisa, girl, you have a daughter and she's going to think it's okay for what he did to you.
Wait a minute now.
So is it different for you that you got 2 sons? Is it different for you? What is the difference? They both was no good. They both got rid of y'all.
Get rid of that bitch.
That's what it seemed like. They just dropped you. So is it better that you got 2 sons? I don't see the difference. Alexia ended up admitting that she was still in love with Todd. And Marysol told her, girl, what is good for the whole, it's not always good for the soul. Marysol is something else. She give me drunk. You know what I'm saying? But I like her though. Okay. Lisa said that she's throwing a birthday party for Jody and the theme is going to be old Hollywood. Everything is old Hollywood. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, their reunion this last season was supposed to be old Hollywood. They asked her, is Marcus invited? You know, Marcus used to go with Larsa. She said that Marcus is not invited. And she said, and Lisa and Larsa had a huge fight about Marcus. And Alexia is saying that Larsa had a reason to be upset. According to Lisa, she said that her and Jody was out. They saw Marcus with a whole bunch of Jody friends. She said that she sat there for a minute. Then they ended up going to dinner. And Jody ended up going with them to dinner. She said that she didn't go. While they was at the dinner, Marcus ended up taking out his phone and taking a picture with everybody. And Alexia, this is the stuff that I'll be talking about because Alexia, I want you to shut the fuck up. Because you give me bully vibes, and this is only the first episode in, and I done had enough of your fucking mouth. She's sitting up here, Alexia sitting up here saying that Jody posted the picture with Marcus and everybody else. And he didn't even post the picture. Marcus posted the picture. And if he did post the picture, what y'all want Jody to do?
What?
Jody could do what he want to do to his Instagram. But Alexia is just so misinformed. And the issue is not that she misinformed, but it's like she's talking with so much authority, like she really know what she's talking about, and like she just standing so hard and strong behind what she's saying, and you don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
Lying, trifling bitch.
They said that Lisa said that Jody did not post the picture. Marcus posted the picture, and Larsa is upset because she feel like Lisa could have stopped Jody from even taking a picture. Do you know how silly that sounds? Larsa don't got no storyline. I'm telling you right now, Larsa don't got no storyline because this whole thing that she got going on, it sounds crazy to me. Larsa then told Lisa that she's going to start hanging out with Lenny and Catalina.
See, that's a dirty ass bitch right there.
I believe that is the fiance name. That is her name because I looked it up. Catalina, and she's not a bad looking girl too. She's real skinny, you know. She real skinny. She got a pretty face though. Marysol is saying, well, you know, Larsa plays dirty like that.
So clearly y'all on this end on the same page. So it's something wrong.
So I'm learning now that Larsa must be the queen bee of the Real Housewives of Miami. Larsa must be the queen bee. She must be the Kyle Richards of the Real Housewives of Miami because it seems like that Larsa, from what I'm seeing that Larsa is doing wrong. And it seems to the cast that Larsa can't do no wrong. This whole thing to me sounds crazy, okay? Then Alexia and Marysol are upset that Lisa follows Marcus on social media.
Are we grown ass women talking like this?
To me, that's not really a big thing, but I've spoken with friends before, and following someone on social media, it is a big deal. But for me personally, I wouldn't even notice it because I'm not really into social media like that. And I get that Larsa, for Larsa, it may be a big thing. It may not be a big thing to me and other people, but to Larsa, that's a big thing because, you know, she's a knockoff Kim K.
Oh, Jesus.
And that's where she lives on social media. You know what I'm saying? She's a social media girl. And so it means a lot to her. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and she was telling me that, she was having, it was a girl that had did something that she wasn't really talking to anymore, and she was upset with, and she wanted to unfollow the girl on social media, you know? And I was like, well, I mean, you know what, unfollow them. And it was, I was like, but I feel like for me personally, I feel like that if I was following somebody, I feel like you going to go and follow a person and going to actually search for their page and hit the unfollow button, to me, that shows a sign of being bothered with someone. That you are so bothered that you have to go and search their page and actually click the unfollow button instead of like really just going to them and talking to them and asking what's wrong. I don't know. That's just the way I'm set up. But to them, it was a big deal. They didn't want to see them on their timeline. I was like, well, just unfollow them. Lisa said that she didn't do nothing wrong, that Jody is the one who went to dinner with Marcus, so they need to talk to Jody. And so Marysol said, should I talk to him at his party? And Lisa said straight up, no, girl, because you might get kicked out. And that's gonna let us know what's going on toward the end of the episode. Okay. So next we at Julia house. Okay. Julia, Martina is now cancer free. Okay. I did not know that. Okay. She said that she wanted to have one baby, but they ended up getting two boys in their house. Now, I don't know if she's saying they adopted them. She's just saying that it's two boys now at their home. I think that she probably gonna, have a trial with them. I don't want to say that trial, but you know what I'm saying? I think that she gonna have them for a couple of months and see if she really, really want them or whatever. Because her and Martina ended up telling her, girl, we almost old enough to be grandparents.
If you're a mama and you ain't got your baby, and your mama got your baby, then you're not the mama. Your grandmama's the baby.
And the kids are 1.5 and 3 years old. It may be a lot for them. She said that she's not gonna post the pictures yet of the girls, but they're over there baby proofing the house. Okay. Now Julia said that she ended up joining a Zoom meeting and making an announcement to all of the girls, basically all the girls on the show. Okay. She said that Gertie call dropped, and Gertie ended up texting her asking her for the link. She said that her hands was full, and she said that it's out there. And then Gertie sent her a cold message saying congrats. My thing is, how is that cold? Girl, if you on the Zoom meeting with these people and they asking for a link, girl, you just got these kids. Your hands ain't so full where you sitting over here talking to these girls that you couldn't get that girl a link again. Okay? But when she said it's out there, she has an accent, so I don't know when she said it's out there. I don't know what that means. So we're going to get into what is out there mean later on. But, she's basically saying that she's surprised by Gertie's actions and she's reevaluating her friendship.
I will not. Will you get out? You want somebody?
And my whole thing with Julia that is just crazy to me is that I feel like Julia has seen firsthand with Martina how that woman battled cancer and beat it. And now you're sitting up here with all that Gertie went through, and now you coming up here playing this bullshit with her. After all this girl just went through, and you sitting up here trying to cause a problem with her over nothing. I expected more from Julia. And I'm assuming she's the elder of the group. You know what I'm saying? I just expected more from her. This is crazy, okay? Next, we at Larsa house. Well, it's a scene with Larsa and Lisa, okay? Now, Larsa's at her condo with her mama. Larsa mama looks good, okay? Larsa old face. I remember the old Larsa back in the day. Larsa old face looked like her mama. I don't know who this girl is. Larsa looked like her mama. She used to look like her mama. Larsa mama still look good though. It seems to me that Marcus is Larsa's storyline. This breakup with Larsa and Marcus, this is gonna be her storyline, and she's about to use Bravo to trash him. And this is what Marcus gets.
You's a stupid motherfucker.
I'm sure Marcus grew up sheltered, and I'm pretty sure that when Marcus ended up taking up or trying to court Larsa, that Michael and Juanita knew Juanita and Michael knew that Larsa was no good. They probably tried to make him get all kind of NDAs signed and stuff to protect him. And she probably used her feminine wiles to control that man. Like she think that Lisa ought to be over there doing with Jody. And he was all at the reunion all over here on Bravo before. He was all over there on Traders. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know Marcus like that for Marcus be having a seat over there on Traders. But you know, his last name is Jordan. That is Michael Jordan's son. Now the relationship didn't work out, and now Bravo got pictures of this young black billionaire snorting coke.
Don't try me.
And I believe that those pictures came out around the Olympics time, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that he was over there in Paris at the Olympics or something like that or whatever, and they ended up catching him over there doing coke. And Bravo got the pictures out there. We ain't never seen no pictures of Amelia Graham over there doing no coke.
Real talk.
I don't like this at all. I'm sorry, I'm just being real. I don't like this at all. Okay. Larsa said she's over there crying for her mama. She said that this is embarrassing. She said that she fought everybody to be with Marcus and that he talked shit about her. They ended up showing an IG post. It looked like she was in his comments. She had to be in his comments because this is in the comments. It wasn't just on his page. This was in the comments. I guess he posted a picture and somebody asked what was Larsa, and he said in the streets. Well, he posted like a GIF or a GIF of the streets, like basically saying she was in the streets. And somebody said, "Man, go get your girl," and he was like, "Nah, I'm good." And she over there crying because of that, talking about I just want to go to sleep. Girl. Next, we got Lisa. It was a split screen. Lisa is in her rental. Okay. Now, this make me believe that she over Lenny. So she's in her rental. They have a rental. The rental is 6,000 square feet. Okay. They have 6 bedrooms. And the rental is $32,000 a month.
Girls, get up. Y'all know what that means. There's money upstairs. Come on. Let's go. Let's get it. Big money.
$32,000 a month. And I'm trying to buy me a $9,000 car. And this girl is over here. They over here paying $32,000 a month for rent. Girl. Okay? She said that she has the kids 50% of the time. It's hard for her because she doesn't know what's going on. Sometimes the kids don't even get to say goodnight to her. And she tried to get nanny cams in the house, but the judge wouldn't allow. I think that you should be able to trust your partner. You know, not all the time, but for the most part, I don't believe that some of these men will harm their children. I think that you probably would know if he will harm your children. I don't really know a lot about Lenny, but I don't think that Lenny will harm the kids. You know, you usually know. She tried to call the house cozy.
Ooh, is that shade, Phaedra?
And, you know, I could tell that Jody kind of got offended. He was like, cozy. You know what I'm saying? The house is 6,000 square foot with a 6,000 square foot patio. What do you mean, cozy? Now, they go back to Larsa. Larsa says that she's upset with Lisa because she's trying to remove a toxic person from her life. But Larsa is acting like that Lisa invited Marcus and her to the same event. You know what I'm saying? It's to me, it seems like that Larsa wants to control Lisa and Jody, and she wants everybody to stop talking to Mark. Girl, that's not gonna happen.
You don't run me, bitch. You don't.
I mean, Lisa probably not be best friends with them, but Lisa can't control Marcus and Jody. She can't control their relationship. Those are two grown, independent people that got their own friendship. She won't be able to control them. Lisa said that she doesn't want to make Marcus an enemy. And she said that they keep breaking up and getting back together. And she don't want them to get back together and she be on the outs. Lisa also shared that her dad had a stroke. She was just building her relationship back with her dad, but her dad ended up having a stroke. And it seems like that they had him on a ventilator and they took him off. And when they took him off the ventilator, he wasn't doing good again. So they put him back on the ventilator. Okay? I believe that's what she said. Next, we got Gertie. Okay? Gertie meets up with Kiki and Adriana. Gertie is cancer-free. Gertie said, although she is cancer-free, the word will always be in her vocabulary because she is dealing with the long effects that it had on her life. Okay, she said it left a stain in her life. She explained it as like a big explosion, and now it's debris everywhere, and now she's picking up the pieces. And it seems like she was speaking mostly about her relationship. I love that girl. Even though I didn't watch last season, I love that Gertie faced cancer on this show. I think that that is some of the good that can come from reality TV, you know? And my hope is that people seen her get her diagnosis, fight it and beat it, and feel inspired if they ever get their diagnosis. It kind of reminds me of Dwight from ATL. I was, when we found out that Dwight had cancer, we also found out that he had HIV, right? And we found out that he had been having HIV. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that they said that he had been having HIV since the 80s. And so Dwight has been living with HIV almost for 40 years, right? And I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, that is so crazy. And I can understand why he would want to keep his diagnosis a secret, right? But I just feel like with Dwight and the platform that he had, I don't know. I just felt a certain type of way that Dwight had had. I had HIV since the 80s because so many people think that, if you catch or if you get HIV, you'll probably have 2 or 3 years to live, whatever. 2 or 3 years to live, and they automatically see it as like a death sentence. And I used to volunteer at a clinic, and I also had two friends that commit suicide because they ended up getting HIV, a boy and a girl. And I think that they committed suicide because they think they were probably embarrassed and they probably thought that it was a death sentence. I think that people see you going through stuff and surviving matters. So I will always have respect for Gertie for using her platform, and also Kimmy from Loving Hip not Loving Hip Hop, Loving Marriage Huntsville, for showing their journeys with cancer on the show. And I hope that when women that watch the show, if they're ever to get a diagnosis that says that they have cancer or anything like that or whatever, that they can feel inspired and feel like that they can beat it because it's not a death sentence. They talk about Kiki. Kiki said that she broke up with her boyfriend. She said that she found out her ex had a girlfriend the whole time that they was talking, and he actually called her, told her that he ended up breaking up with his girlfriend.
Keep his ass away.
She said that she had a son. Her son started college. I didn't even know that Kiki had a son. So she seems like that she has a son that started college, and she seems like that she has a little girl that's probably like 4 or 5 years old. I didn't know that Kiki had any kids. Okay. Now Adriana has been dating this French man for the last 6 months. Okay. Um, they ended up talking about Alexia and Todd. Adriana is saying that she's not judging Alexia because in Latin culture, women forgive their men way too many times. And I want you to know, Adriana, that's just not in Latin culture. That's just not in the Latin community, okay? Adriana says that she hopes that Alexia has the strength to get to the other side and that she's there to support her if she needs a friend. Now, Bravo rolled that beautiful bean footage, and it was scene after scene after scene of Adriana saying stuff about Alexia and start relationship, right? And so Gertie makes a comment like, you're probably the last person she'll go to for support, but that's good to know that you'll be there for her. Gertie seemed to be a little messy to me. Gertie seemed to be a little messy to me. I get it. But we have to allow people time to move on and to bury some things. You know what I'm saying? So if she's saying that maybe this could be an opening for Alexia and Adriana's friendship, she probably can feel like, doing this situation and doing this time for me, she was really my rock. We almost saw a friendship like that with Erica Jane and Sutton. Sutton almost became Erica Jane Rock until she found out that they was over there fraudulent, living fraud, stealing money. Next, we got a scene with Alexia and Larsa. Larsa asked Alexia, is she single? Alexia said, I'm not single. My heart is not single. I'm not single until my heart is single.
It's okay.
Larsa tells Alexia that she needs to have her guard up. And, what happens if it happens again? And Alexia is saying, girl, that's how life is.
You're a dummy, bitch.
Something ain't right over here. Alexia said they both scared to talk about the divorce. But did he move back in? Did he move back in? If he didn't move back in, then we need to start talking about the divorce. It seems like the man don't want you. He just having his way with you. Okay? Then they bring up Marcus doing coke.
Oh my God.
And then Larsa says that he was sending her threatening text messages. Okay? Marcus sent her a text message that said, when you least expect it, I'm going to get you back. I can care less about the impact it has on your family. Okay? Now, Larsa, when I hear this, Marcus saying some stuff like this with you, it sounds to me like he probably got some sex tapes or something out there like that of you. That's what it's giving me. It's giving sex tape. Okay? They ended up talking about Lisa again, and Larsa says that she had to testify under oath against Lenny and Kat. My thing is, you can't hold this over Lisa's head. If somebody asked you to go to court, if you were subpoenaed to court to testify to something, did you lie? And again, Lisa is not the one that's talking and carrying the relationship with Marcus and taking pictures and stuff with Marcus. That's Jody. So I'm trying to understand why you upset with Lisa. Okay? And Alexia tells Larsa, y'all need to have a conversation. And Larsa said, well, not Saturday, because it's not Jody's fault. Then whose fault is it? Jody is a grown man. If you're mad at anybody, you have to be mad at Jody. But why are you taking it out on Lisa? Okay. Next, on the day of the party. Now we at the day of the party. I don't see no Hollywood glam. I didn't see no Hollywood glam from nobody. I didn't see no Hollywood glam. But I'm glad that we're over here because we got money over here and we could judge outfits.
Yeah. Got money. Yeah.
All right.
We didn't do that at Potomac the whole season. Okay. Now at the top three, my top three looks over here, we got Lisa. Lisa is number one. I wouldn't expect anything less from Lisa. Lisa looked good. Okay. Number two was Gertie. Gertie said, "Cancer where, bitch?" Okay. Cancer where? The only thing that I didn't like with Gertie was the wig. But everything, baby, Gertie was giving the girl's body. Gertie was giving the girl's body and shape. Gertie looked good, okay? She was giving the girl shape. And number three, I think I would have to probably give it to Kiki or Marysol. Everybody else looked a little boring, but I think that Marysol looked cute and I think that Kiki looked cute, okay? Adriana ended up bringing in Amari, and he's a marquee. Okay, nice. Okay. Adriana said that there has been distance between her and Julia because Julia has now gotten close to Marysol and Alexia, and I see that. I feel like that there's like a mean girl clique in this group. So Gertie ended up coming in and she ends up speaking to Julia and Martina. And, she asks about the kids and Julia kind of brushed her off. You know what I'm saying? Girl, fuck you. You ain't had them kids no way, ho. The fuck? And Julia sitting up there talking about some shit. It was such a fake hello to ask about the kids.
Bitch, goodbye.
Girl, you ain't your kids no way, ho. Okay? Larsa come in, Lisa greets her, okay? Then they going back and forth about texting and calling. I don't know who was telling the truth, if I'm being honest with you. Lisa said that she was drunk, but I don't trust Larsa neither, so I don't know who was telling the truth, okay? Larsa goes and she talks to Jody, and she asks did he see what Marcus had been saying about her? And he said, no, he didn't see it, okay? Laura, I guarantee you that Marcus got some pictures or some videos in his phone with him and Larsa getting down. So then Larsa says that she thinks Jody likes Marcus's last name more than he likes him. And I think that you're projecting. Larsa, I think that you're projecting, okay? So Lisa goes and she's changed and she got a new outfit on, okay? Now, I like the first outfit that she had on better, But my thing with you, Lisa, I just, you look cute in the second outfit. I like the first outfit better, but if you're gonna change the outfit, you got to change the shoes too. You had on the same shoes. If we're gonna put on a new outfit, we got to put on a whole new outfit with the shoes too. Okay, when Beyonce do a costume change in her show, she not coming out there with the same shoes. Okay, it's giving rhythm shoes. You're gonna have to change the shoes too. If you're gonna do it, do it. Don't do it halfway. Don't do it halfway. Okay. Now Adriana is over there with Marquise, and they over there. I don't. For me, I don't like PDA. I don't mind what people do what they want to do or whatever, but for me, I don't like PDA. Okay. Now she's over there asking the Marquis how many times can she have sex with him in a day, and he was like, as many times as you want. And so she was like 7, and he was like, yeah. She was like 10, and he was like, yeah, but it won't be no time left in the day. 10, 7. Let me find out everybody is over here having freak offs. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. Okay. So Gertie is over there sitting next to Martina, and she says that she feels like she's on the outs. And so she explained that she had scheduled meetings. She couldn't get in. She had to hang up. And so she tried to follow up with Julia, and she asked her what was the good news. And Julia told her, you'll read about it in the article. And Gertie feels like she basically saying, you're going to read about it with the rest of the public. And Martina is saying, that's between you and Julia, And, Martina, right, that's, you're going to have the side of your wife. I believe they married, you know what I'm saying? You up there, you're going to side with your wife and you trying to stay out of it. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But Julia is full of shit. Julia is full of shit, okay? So Lisa comes back after she changed her outfit. She's sitting down. She's feeling good. She said that Carmen has come around and she's celebrating life. And Larsa says, well, don't forget that when you was going through stuff, we were there for you. And some of us are not good, and you should check in on us.
You shut the up, bitch!
Are you doing this at my man party? You doing this at my man party? Okay. Larsa is looking for a fight. Okay. She's saying that she wouldn't go sit with Lenny at dinner. That Marcus came back and said everything that she said. And she said that, Marcus had been threatening her. And so Lisa said that that's not okay and that's wrong. And that she has always been on Larsa's side. And that's why she didn't go to dinner with them. Okay. Now Larsa is saying that Jody and Marcus never had a conversation outside of them. And Marcus said that Jody was cheating. And I think that Larsa thought that was going to be like a bomb drop or a mic drop. But Marcus is a young Black billionaire. So I'm sure a lot of people is cheap to him. He's a young Black billionaire. Okay? So a lot of people are cheap to him. But why didn't you just say that to Jody? Why are you bringing it to Lisa? How come you didn't say it to Jody? That's the person that he said it about. You really mad at him for hanging out with him. Why didn't you just tell him that? Okay? So Lisa tell her, look, I can't control a person. And Larsa say, you can't control a person who dick you suck every night?
That shit considered.
Wait a minute.
Remember, Larsa said that she used to have sex every night. I remember her saying that. She used to have sex every night, like 7 times a night.
They don't want that out, bitch.
Lisa says that Marcus and Larsa broke up like 4 times. And she said that her and Jody ended up leaving a party for their fake breakup. And Larsa told her, you a fake bitch to say that. And Lisa told her, girl, there's the door, you need to leave. And so Gertie says, Larsa is acting like these breakups are authentic. She has TMZ on speed dial. And yes, she do. She do got TMZ on speed dial because I used to read TMZ. And when I tell you that Larsa and Marcus was all over TMZ, she's definitely all over TMZ. She's probably learned that from Kim K. Okay? So Larsa gets up and she's on her way out and Larsa is yelling. And Lisa told her again, don't yell, there's the door. So that's the second time she done told her to leave and put her out. Okay? And Larsa didn't leave. There seems to be like this reoccurring theme that I'm seeing on the Real Housewives when people are getting put out the house and they don't leave. Okay? I remember seeing it over there with Ashley Darby over there at Candace's house. Candace put her out. She didn't leave. Then when she did leave, they don't went and opened the door back for her again. Then I remember when Kyle got kicked out of Lisa Vanderpump's house and they told her to leave and she was still in the house. And I remember, what is Lisa Vanderpump's husband's name? Ken. Looked like he was about to came back downstairs and seen Kyle in there. He looked like he was about to jump on Kyle. You know what I'm saying? And now Larsa is getting kicked out and she goes to the restroom.
What kind of bullshit is that?
I know y'all say that Bravo can't stop nobody from going to an event, but I know Bravo ain't stopping me from kicking nobody out of my motherfucking house. They ain't paying me enough for that. Shit, these cameras can go when I tell a bitch to get up out of here. Okay? So Marysol and Alexia take Larsa's side, of course, and tell, tell Lisa that she's wrong, okay? Then we got Kiki telling Larsa that people are gonna say stuff because she's their girl.
Bitch, where? That was B-I-H. Bitch, where?
And she can't keep running. She wasn't running, baby. She was getting put out. She wasn't running. She was getting put out. She was getting put out, okay? So then Larsa comes back. And Lisa tells her, look, I don't want to see you crying, but you called me a bitch in my home, okay? And then Larsa says, girl, you're a victim.
Girl, please stop talking. Please stop talking right now.
How is Marcus posting a picture of a group of his friends that includes Lisa's boyfriend hurting Larsa? Girl, you're the victim. You're the victim. And you don't run me and you don't run my boyfriend. You're the victim. Okay? Larsa tells Lisa, girl, you're my best friend. You've been with me at all times. And you think that was a fake breakup? And Lisa said, yes, the first one, that one was fake. And so Larsa called her stupid. And then she put her out again. She said, go out, get out, go. Let me stop saying put her out because she didn't put her out. Put her out is something that I would have done. She told her to leave. And this time, Larsa ended up leaving. And that pretty much was the episode. Well, no, the party didn't stop. Everybody went. It's so funny because everybody is so upset at Lisa. It seems like the whole cast, except for Gertie, is upset with Lisa. And maybe Adriana. But it seems like everybody went and coddled Larsa. And Larsa, maybe because Larsa was crying. And that's probably what they do when you get to crying or whatever. They come and circle you. But yeah, to me, I feel like that Larsa is out of her mind. But y'all, that was the episode. I think that it was a good episode. They're giving me money. Hopefully, not hopefully. I probably will be here for the rest of the season. We'll see. This was a long episode because we're just getting introduced to the girls, but we won't be no 40-something minutes for the rest of the season, okay? But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments whose side are you on or who do you think is wrong or not. To me, I feel like that Larsa is out of her fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Thank you for clicking on the video. I appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.
Call Daddy, tell him 25. Call Daddy, tell him 25. Call Daddy, tell him 25.